After 9 years of Liberal rule, Canada is hurting. Skyrocketing housing costs, a healthcare system in crisis, and an economy buckling under U.S. tariffs. Canadians are demanding change. In the 2025 federal leaders debate, Pierre Poilievre took aim at Mark Carney, exposing the Liberals' failures and Carney's inability to lead us forward. I'm Glenn Zacher, and today we're diving into Carney's debate performance that clearly shows why the Liberals must go. These moments reveal Carney's corporate ties, evasive promises, and continuation of Trudeau's broken legacy. First up, Poilievre slams Carney for his role as Trudeau's economic guru, blaming him for Canada's worst in the G7 growth and $500 billion lost to the US. It's a brutal takedown of Liberal mismanagement that left our economy vulnerable to Trump's terrors. Carney's response? A weak dodge that proves he's no change from 9 years of decline. Watch this.
You claim that you want our country to respond with strength, but after the last decade, half of which time you've been Justin Trudeau's economic advisor, our economy is weaker than ever before. It's been the worst growth in the G7. We've lost $500 billion of investment south of the border. You supported blocking pipelines in Canada that gave Donald Trump and the U.S. a near monopoly over our energy.
So let's go to my record. My record is a month long as Prime Minister. And this goes to the heart of coming to the Americans with strength, but doing the right thing for Canada. Within the first week as Prime Minister, I sat down with all the premiers of the provinces and territories, as well as the leaders of the Indigenous peoples.
Carney's pivot to his 1 month record as PM didn't fool anyone. Progressives know we need leaders who will rebuild our economy for workers, not just corporate insiders like Carney. Housing costs have doubled under the Liberals, pricing out young Canadians and seniors alike. Poilievre nails Carney for recycling Trudeau's failed promises, while families struggle to afford a home. 9 years of Liberal inaction created this crisis, and Carney shows he's out of touch.
Well, Mr. Carney, the reality is that housing costs doubled under the Liberal government, while Justin Trudeau made exactly the same promises that you are now repeating today. He promised that he would double home building. In fact, home building went down. He promised that he'd reduce the cost. In fact, it went up. And here we are. Mark Carney is asking for a fourth Liberal term, repeating the exact same Liberal promises that priced you out of a house.
Carney's change the model nonsense isn't a plan. It's a Liberal rerun. Progressives demand real action to build affordable homes, not more empty promises. Let's move to inflation. Inflation has crushed Canadians, and Poilievre puts Carney in the hot seat for advising Trudeau to print money, sparking the worst price hikes in a generation. This is the Liberal legacy Carney helped create. His denial. Check it out.
Mr. Carney, in 2020, it was recorded you began advising Justin Trudeau. It's still on the Liberal Party website today that you are Justin Trudeau's economic advisor. On June 3rd of 2021, you said that inflation would be a sign of economic progress. And you advised governments, including Justin Trudeau's, your Liberal government, to print money, which led to the worst inflation crisis in a generation. Now, in retrospect, that you look back on the Liberal decisions that you advised Justin Trudeau to take, will you look the camera in the eye and apologize to the many people who suffered as a result of the inflationary policies that you advised Justin Trudeau to implement?
You know, I said earlier, but I'm going to say it again. I know you want to be running against Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau isn't here.
Are you denying you were his economic advisor?
I did not provide any of that advice.
Carney's "I didn't do it" excuse falls flat. After 9 years of Liberal policies, we need progressive solutions to lower costs, not more corporate excuses. Crime is spiking in our cities, and Poilievre rips into Carney for the Liberal catch and release laws like Bill C-75 that let repeat offenders roam free.
I'm interested in the rights of victims. Mr. Carney seems to be very interested in the rights of criminals. He says that it's dangerous for me to ensure that mass murderers stay behind bars for life. You know what's dangerous? Turning them loose on our streets. I don't think you appreciate, sir, the chaos that is unfolding in communities.
Poilievre lands a zinger, accusing Carney of parroting talking points from Trudeau's staffers, who were right there at the debate. It's a damning reminder that Carney's just Trudeau 2.0, propped up by the same Liberal machine that's failed us for 9 years. His 5-second dodge. Kind of embarrassing if you ask me.
Justin Trudeau's staffers are actually here with you at this debate in Montreal, writing the talking points that you are regurgitating into the microphone. Ooh. How can we possibly believe that you are painful. Any different than the previous 10 years of Liberal government?
25 seconds left in this segment for you to respond to that.
Look, I do my own talking points. Thank you very much. The biggest risk we have to affordability, the biggest risk we have to this economy is Donald Trump.
Carney's I do my own talking points is peak Liberal arrogance. After 9 years of insider politics, we need a government for the people, not the establishment. The Liberal Century Initiative flooded communities with more people than we could house or employ. And Poilievre called out Carney for wanting to double down. Housing shortages, job scarcity. This is the Liberal mess after 9 years of reckless planning. Carney's silence speaks volumes.
I blame the Liberal government, which brought this policy on. And Mr. Carney wants to continue with the Century Initiative. This is crazy. We have to get back to normal levels of immigration, get rid of the fraud in the temporary immigration system, and ensure that the people who come here arrive in numbers that we can house, employ, and care for. That's how it always was, and that's how we're going to restore
Thank you, Mr. Poilievre.
Progressives know immigration needs balance, not Liberal chaos. Carney thought he had Poilievre cornered, smugly questioning why he didn't get a top-secret security clearance. But Poilievre flips the script, exposing Liberal attempts to gag him on Chinese election interference, a scandal they've mishandled for 9 years. His fiery rebuke, citing NDP's McClare and a Liberal candidate's threat, leaves Carney reeling. This is a must-see.
And Mr. Poilievre, it is now 950 days, if my numbers are right, since you've had the opportunity to get your top secret security clearance, and you've refused. Why?
Well, first of all, I have got my security clearance when I was a minister. I got top secret clearance at the time, so there's no problem getting that. But when the government made this recent offer, they said that if I got the secret security clearance briefings, that I would be gagged under the security law, and I could be prosecuted if I spoke freely about matters of foreign interference. Now, given that Canada has experienced Chinese interference in 2 consecutive elections, I needed to do my job to speak freely without fear of prosecution.
Singh grills Carney on Brookfield's tax dodging and predatory rent hikes. But Carney dodges, boasting about his integrity while ignoring the families hurt by his firm's greed. This is the Liberal elite at its worst, prioritizing corporations over Canadians for 9 years. His response is a masterclass in evasion.
As chair, you approved decisions where Brookfield Investments bought up affordable homes, kicked out the tenants, and jacked up the rates. As prime minister, one of the first things you did was a tax cut that helped out mostly millionaires. And you have a plan to cut services for people. Whose side are you really on?
Thank you very much for that question, Mr. Singh. I'm on the side of Canadians. I'm in this for Canadians. I work for Canadians.
But your track record doesn't show that, though.
No, I have a track record of public service for this country. Go back to something Mr. Blanchet referenced earlier, which is have I resolved any crises? We're in Quebec. If you ask anyone in the finance industry, if you ask anyone in government in Quebec in 2008, they'll know that I resolved the biggest crisis in Quebec. Yeah,
you won't have fun.
But
60 million.
But I'm
This
in
is for
fairness
these two only.
with Mr.
This is
Singh.
for these two.
Mr. Singh.
What did you think of the debate? Leave your comments below. After analyzing it, I really feel that Mark Carney is no leader for Canada. His evasive answers, corporate ties, and recycled Liberal promises show he'll continue 9 years of decline, hurting families, neglecting healthcare, and failing our economy. On April 28th, let's end the Liberal era and build a Canada for all of us. Subscribe for more content like this. I'm Glenn Zacher, and it's your money.